Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard. We're trying out some new software here. Got Kevin Scholler in the house. Fish Room Fever standing by. He is emergency support for this new StreamYard software. Thank you so much for being here. Chevy Fish taking the flag, #1. Hello, Rack and everyone. Reminder set. Thank you so much for dropping in. Okay, let's see what's going on. I've got a brand new screen to look at. I'm like a kid in a candy store. If someone is able to give me an AV check, that'd be great. I'm showing 0 watching, but I'm getting lots of chats in the chat section over here. Good morning, y'all. I'm working as well, says Kevin Scholar. I just woke up, 2 boxes, and was like, ooh, art's here. Sadly, not yet. Okay, well, not long, Lefty. You got a lot of art in the mail. Now I see 7 of you watching in here. Fantastic. I think this is going to be a go. Lumpy Dog's in the house. Kyle Locke, welcome. Oh, there's the AV checks. Okay. I've got a lag in the StreamYard chat, and I'm going to have to refresh the YouTube chat because it's not even the pop-out chat's not on board. Give me just a second here to figure this out. Is James at Fish Room Fever still in the chat? He may have just dropped in to say hello. So, you know, when it rains, it pours. There's so much going on right now. I don't see an option to refresh. Toggle top. What if I went into top chat and then went back into live chat? I apologize. We're just going to have to go with some lag time on the comments. I think it's what, 7 or 8 seconds, maybe a little longer. All right. We have, looks like we have some live comments going on. The last one I see, this is how far behind I am, was Lefty 3213A says yes at Kyle Locke. Coffee indeed. And then immediately followed by Sean OOTD says, hey, Zen. I'd like to echo that. Hey, Zen. What if I did this? Brand new software today. What could possibly go wrong? I do want to give another shout out to Fish Room Fever, who talked me through this. We did a sesh. He helped me get StreamYard set up so that I could start having some. Let's do a pop-out chat. Start having some guests on here for us to talk to. Several people have said they'd be interested in being a guest in the River Life Community Tank Live. I think you guys would enjoy having that. Yeah, okay. I see what's going on there, Kevin. Okay. Thank you, James, for being at work and checking in on us anyhow. So what happened, being unsure, hey, Alaska Hood, welcome to the new software here on StreamYard. What happened was I went ahead and scheduled an OBS at per usual live stream, and then so I would have a backup in case things melted down. So I guess you got a double send. I apologize for that. We won't do that again, but I needed the safety net this morning. And there is the Zen Ginger. Good day to you, sir. Speaking to people, speaking to her. That's how we build community. Alaska Hood, understand you got a new welding shield. I haven't had a chance to look at that. Been busy in the studio this morning. I don't know if you guys hear some strange noises in the background. We have progress on the fish studio. We got contractors on deck. We're building walls. We're adding outlets. We're configuring some plumbing. We got in earnest fish studio work going on after a long winter of maybe an aquascape here, an aquascape there. Now we're doing the structural changes. It's live. It's happening. I may have a still photograph I can share with you. That's going to make a big difference. We're going to be able to climatize the fish studio. We're going to be able to have some more dedicated power to run aquarium necessary equipment, lighting, filters. You know how it goes. The heaters. Oh man. Larger aquariums, larger heaters, larger filters, new types of filters maybe in the future. Go large or don't go at all. Okay, this is not the fish studio. This is a happy guy because he's getting some work done in his fish studio. He's pretty happy there. Sporting his fedora. Okay, here we go. Can you, if I do that? What if I tap it? Nope. Yeah. Can you guys get an idea what's going on there? Just building a wall to separate the garage doors. That's a 2-car garage on the far side of the wall and a 1-car garage on the near side. So we're taking over the 1-car garage for the fish studio. So now you know how big the fish studio is. It's going to be exciting. I mean, we're going to be able to do some things in there, and it is going to have more of a studio theme than so more displays than projects. I found that I just can't not do a project, but fortunately we're right around the corner from fish tub season here in East Tennessee. So I'm going to be able to get my project fixed by setting up some patio ponds, some outdoor fish keeping projects. And I hope you guys do too. And we have that to talk about. Today, we're going to talk about top 10 community fish. And I thought it was just a happy little subject. Then the more I thought about it, when I started making my list, I'm like, ooh, yeah, it is a happy little list, but can also be a can of worms. So what I know is that everyone that keeps fish in the chat could have a different list. This list is so huge. It can go a lot of different places. So I've got a list. And the thing is, the top 10 community fish is so broad. That could be egg layers, live bearers, biotope. It could be so many different types and styles of fish. It's really hard to defend. No, these are the very best, the very top 10. So I can give an opinion, but of course, I'm really interested in yours. I know, right? The Zen Ginger. I'm so excited this is happening. A real fish studio. Wow. But it did take a big change of mindset, the paradigm shift from I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to keep this, I want to keep that to, if you're going to do display tanks, you're going to have to, everything shifts. Instead of lots of little projects shifting in and out, you kind of dedicate some space and some time, some longevity to nice display tanks. So that's where we are. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see. But I want to know what your top 10 community tank fish look like. What are some fish on your list? Let me grab a pen. You guys always have some good ideas I didn't think of. I like to write those down. So I'm going to throw that out there. I'm up to 15 seconds. Hey, Punchy Paints, welcome aboard. I see. All right. Even in the StreamYard, I can see the members get a special icon. So memberships are live. If you'd like to join the River Life Community Tank Live and the River Life YouTube channel memberships, hit the join button, check out the perks. You're welcome aboard. And you do get a special icon in all the chats, apparently. Easy for me to see that you're here because I'm looking at the StreamYard chat. And then you get a special koi icon in the YouTube chat. That's just at the first level, the sustainer level. So yeah, I've got a list of top 10 community tank fish here. I want to know about yours, and I want to know why. Oh my gosh, I see what's happening over there in the chat. You guys are ramping up for the River Life Art Facebook page auction today. We're going to do an art chat over there. Punchy Paints just said, did you get your card? Heck yeah. Check it out, Pam Earlywine. Punchy Paints did this with their own hands, and I'm very excited about it. I love that hooded merganser. I'm a big bird watcher. That's a male hooded mergansers. The females look nothing like that. That is outstanding. Can you guys tell how cool that is? Check out Punchy Paints. She's given several of these away every live stream. Subscribe to Punchy Paints. Hit the notification bell so you know when she's doing a live stream. You could win one of these. And listen, I am not that lucky. So I had to send Pam a message and say, please sell me one of those. And she was kind enough to do it. So I'm sure if you'd like to buy one of those from her, she could work out a piece of art for you. She does that because she likes people to have an original piece of art without having to take out a mortgage. You know, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg, but you still get an original piece of art. Following her lead, I've done the similar thing over here at the River Life art page. I'll give you a sneak peek of a little painting. This is 2 inch by 3 inch. This is a little painting. A little piece of abstract art. We're going to be talking about some of those. I got some palm trees. I got some Guppy inspired art. I'm looking over there. Paint's been flying off the easel this week, so we've got some things to talk about immediately following this live stream on the River Life art page. We'll be talking about some art. You guys are already getting warmed up. Kristen Widener has been thinking about this for a week. She's been cracking open piggy banks. She's checked all the couches and chairs for change. She's cut back on expenditures all week because Lefty 3213A turns out to be an expert art bidder. Nobody saw this guy coming, and last week we learned he comes out of lefty field. And he just swoops in and buys the art. You think you've got it, one, and then boom, here comes Lefty's bid. Got Alaska Hood in here with a couple of thumbs up. That's cool. He really appreciates and supports my creativity, and I appreciate his also. Let me say a big thank you to Lefty 3213A for being my first masterpiece Patreon. He signed up on Patreon for the masterpiece level, $20 a month, gets a free print every month. Also has access to a video series that I've started on how to appreciate modern and contemporary art. He's already received his first installment of that video. It's almost a 10-minute video, just me talking about modern and contemporary art, helping you to understand how you can appreciate art if you want to. And the reason I think you might want to is because when I discovered that as a young adult, I was well into adulthood, out of the Army, back in school. When I discovered how to appreciate contemporary art, my world got more beautiful. Had no idea what I was missing. I mean, I didn't realize I was living in an art deficient existence, but when I discovered how to appreciate that contemporary art, my world did get prettier. Well, more beautiful in every way. It was so special to me. I thought, well, maybe others would like to experience this life enhancement. So I put it out there. We got Lefty. I get these numbers mixed up. I may be becoming dyslexic. 3213A, Lefty 3213A, becoming the first consumer of that content. So you can ask him what he thinks about it. We got 30 people watching, someone said, and we're apparently getting some likes. Okay, and I am not getting a stream. I can refresh. It only gives me a snapshot on the YouTube chat because I wonder if I close the OBS studio now that we're good to go here. I never actually went live there, so maybe I can just close that. Stand by, you guys. Somebody get Fish Room Fever on the horn in case we explode here, meltdown. Okay, there we go. Hey, the Fish Tank Bar is here. Hey, what's going on, Mike Howe? Glad to see you here. Another one of my hardworking creator friends that does a fantastic job on his YouTube channel, The Fish Tank Barn, creating content for his viewers that his viewers definitely enjoy and learn things. Dragon Lyre's in the house. Excellent pet keeper, long-term fish keeper. Love to see him in the chat, supporting the community all over the place. The Zen Ginger also showing up with the membership icon in the StreamYard chat. Thank you guys so much for supporting the River Life channel and all that you do in the community. Makes us a stronger bunch of people so we can just enjoy our hobby in a better way, a bigger way. It's bigger. You seen the Volkswagen commercial? It's bigger. Oh man, so many new toys to play with on this control screen, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to go crazy. Let's see. I may try something. Oh man, technology. You're in a StreamYard live show now. I think if this it's got 28 people watching. If this goes okay, I think I'm going to do the paid StreamYard. This is a freebie. I'm going to do the paid StreamYard, and we'll get the River Life branding up there instead of the StreamYard branding. That's pretty simple. But as I told Fish Room Fever, we all sometimes experience a fear of the unknown. Oh my gosh, it's new. I don't know how to do that. I'm afraid. And it's actually a lot simpler than the OBS. The Zen Ginger, yeah. She's buckled up. Oh no, Rack's gonna push buttons. Here, hold my beer. It's Diet Coke. It's not beer, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I said that to Fish Room Fever. Oh yeah, Dragon Liar's like, ask Punchy Paints about pushing those buttons, Rack. Chill, man, chill. I said to I sent a text to Fish Room Fever. And I said, I've got an idea. Hold my beer. And he texted back, I'm scared. Everything worked out. It was a good idea. I love it when an idea comes together. Got Gina French in the chat, also an excellent art bidder. She's a River Life art collector. So glad to see her here. Welcome. She says rainbows, honey gouramis, Corey's, neon tetras, Romy nose tetras, bristle nose, pleco, coolie loach, white clouds, gold dojo loach, CPD. And I'm looking at my list and I'm like, we think a lot alike. You and I do, Gina French. When we get back on those top 10 community tank fish, you're going to say, oh, well, Gina already said that. Yep, true. She did. Priscilla MK Art in the house. Hello, Priscilla. Priscilla says, I got my 2 art prints from Rack yesterday. They look awesome. Can't wait to put them up in my new shrimp nano room. Yay! That is such a compliment coming from Priscilla MK Art, who is an expert artist. You got to check out her work. I remember a couple of months ago, I wore one of her pieces of art on a t-shirt. She sold a t-shirt for a minute. I think it was a red arowana. It was gorgeous. It said Fish Fam on it. It was awesome. Check out Priscilla MK Art. Love her. So inspiring, so helpful in the community. She works at a fish store. She's apparently got a nano shrimp room now. Cool. Oh, and she says, my son loves the River Life sticker. She sent me a picture of her son with the River Life sticker on his shirt. It was the cutest thing. River Life and I really enjoyed that. Yeah, he had his River Life sticker on his shirt. He was repping. He had the only River Life shirt in town, too. Every now I get distracted every now and then. I'm hearing sounds out there in the fish studio being constructed while we broadcast live here from beautiful downtown Mountain Home, Tennessee. And you are wherever you are. It's 11:48. We got 34 people watching. We got an active chat. Chewy's in the house. What is going on? Now it's a party. D Max, how's it going? Rack, can you see my suggestions for community fish? Or is your chat gone forever? Well, okay. Thank you so much, Zen Ginger, for bringing us back around. Listen, River Life Art on Patreon, says the Zen Ginger. Thank you very much. The Zen Ginger, how about your top favorite individual community fish for 10 different situations? 1 for standard tropical tank, 2 for aquariums with shrimp, 3 for blackwater, 4 for nano, etc., up to 10. Yeah, perfect. So the Zen Ginger has just laid out a production schedule for me for upcoming videos through the summer. So thank you very much, Zen Ginger, for that. I look forward to it. And you know what's really cool about that idea is every top 10 list, that's going to be 100 fish. They're not going to be any repeats. There's going to be over 100 fish that are the best, the top 10 for community tanks. Well, I'm going to throw out my number 1. We're going to talk about why. Well, actually, we don't have to, because I think you're going to be able to guess. Like, okay, Dragonlar says Angels, Corey's, Neon, or Rummy Nose, Bristle Nose, Pleco, and other schooling Tetra. That's mine right now. Yep. Then, hey, we do what we believe. You believe that's it? We do it. Lefty 3213A says it's worth the money. Smiley face. So happy to support you and enjoying the content thus far. Well, certainly thank you for all the support, Lefty 3213A. You have done an excellent job of supporting me, even commenting on some of the older videos. You're digging deep. Welcome to that River Life content. It's out there for you. I'm so happy that you're enjoying it, and it's certainly available to anyone else who wants to check up on that. Okay, going back down, Lisa NJ says guppies. Okay, that'd be a good guess for what my number one fish was. Big City Bet is in the house. What is going on? I'm looking at my top 10 list now thinking maybe I left one off that should have been on there. Oh, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Okay, so guppies, when I made the first list, I just needed to get some fish. I jotted them down. Guppies was number one. Okay. Guppies were number one, my number one community fish. And then after a second thought, it was like, oh, nope, I got to make this fish number one. Hey, Multi-Tank Addiction, welcome aboard. Outstanding content creator right there. Chris, my friend at Multi-Tank Addiction. And he's so creative. He's also an artist, does wonderful fish art. Check out Multi-Tank Addiction. He's got a website where he sells some of his prints. You can help him out. That would help him out a lot. I'm looking for, hey, Science Gal, I'm looking for what you think my number one fish is. Someone said guppies, and they were right for a minute, and then I changed it. Okay, we're too far behind in chat. I'm not going to be able to wait for this lag. So you may have already sent it, and I haven't seen it. Oh, you're welcome, Chris. Multi-Tank Addiction says, thanks, bro. Endlers, that's good, Kristen. That's good. Not on the list. Not on the list. Excellent. I keep them in community tanks. Not on the list, though. Guppies, number two. Number one is Cardinal Tetra. Now, come on. Who didn't see that coming? Lefty said Danny O's. They're on the list. They are definitely on the list. But who didn't? Goldfish. They're on the list. But we're going to talk about it. It's goldfish with an asterisk. Okay? All right? I know. I put that picture on the thumbnail of a goldfish and kind of hunkered down like, please watch this. Please listen, because there's so many caveats associated with a goldfish in a community tank. It probably is one of those specialty tanks, not your run-of-the-mill community tank. Chewy's laying down some good info in there. That may have been directed at someone else who had a question. The Zen Ginger said her favorite community fish are cool water community fishes. Panda Gara, Hillstream Loaches, Bristlenose, and a Nearite. Yeah. What's that? Is it the Weather Loach that likes the cool water? That'd be an awesome tank, the Zen Ginger. All right. Cardinal Tetra. Oh, the Zen Ginger, of course. Yes. Project Piaba. Because not only is it a beautiful fish, am I right? I mean, it's gorgeous. Chris, Multi-Tank Addiction, has a beautiful print for sale of the Cardinal Tetra. Portion of the proceeds going to Project Piaba. I have the print for sale on River Life Etsy. I'm also known to donate on the reg to projectpiaba.org. It's the little fish that has a huge impact. It's a little more expensive than a Neon Tetra, similar color scheme. So sometimes you find yourself, I think I'll just buy the Neon. But the Cardinal Tetra does so much for the hobby. It is a small fish with a big impact. You can watch my video with that title and understand why. And it is directly related to Project Piaba, protecting the fishery, preserving our hobby, and doing both in a sustainable way. Way to go, Project Piaba. Okay, I need to get 4 more Cardinals. I only have 4. That a girl, Gina French. Get you a school of 10. I like it. Anthony's Fishy Friends is here. Hello, Anthony Fishy Friends. And he says, have you seen my goldfish tank? I'm thinking of adding some plants to and rock to my, let's see, my chat moved. Thinking of adding some plants to my rock area. Do you think Anubias would work? I do, but you know, those goldfish, they can become rock movers. They can nibble on leaves, but I think Anubias are tough enough to handle it. I would recommend considering a plant that you put in your goldfish tank expendable. Okay. Expect the worst, hope for the best. I've got some very soft leaved Aponogetans in my goldfish tank that are still, they're growing like mad. So the growth is ahead of the goldfish damage. As a matter of fact, they've basically outgrown the 75 gallon. Now I just see stems and leaves floating on the top, seed pods coming up. They're doing absolutely outstanding. The goldfish haven't bothered, that I can tell, they haven't bothered the banana plant. I put a banana plant in there, but basically because I wanted the leaves in my goldfish tank. So I buried the bananas, the root tubers. I put those under the substrate, and those leaves are just growing like lily pads, but they don't shoot to the surface. So you have like a broad red and green submerged leaf. It's pretty cool. But I chose those plants and introduced them to the goldfish tank, knowing the goldfish may interrupt their growth, may chew their leaves, may uproot them. So you gotta, anything you put in there, you gotta make sure you can do without, because it might not make it. That said, I think Anubias is your best bet. That's a really good choice to start with, and just see what happens. And it may be that both you and the goldfish can enjoy an Anubias in your tank. And that could be different from tank to tank because the goldfish are different. Their habits are different. So yeah, I'll tell you to try it cautiously. Can't say, oh yeah, that'll work, no problem, do it. But I would say, you know what? If I wanted to do it, that I would do it. I'd drop an Anubias in there and see what happened. Keep us posted. Let us know. I've told you about my experience. Keep us posted on yours. We're going to go on. It's 11:57 now. We got 37 people watching. I have no idea if we have any likes yet. That's not true. I'm sure we have some likes. We had some likes before we got started. But someone let me know how many likes we have. That always makes me feel better. It gives me a little energy boost to let you guys let me know. Yeah, we're doing all right. Let's keep going. Redfish Bluefish in the house. He's lurking. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. And thank you for lurking, Redfish Bluefish. Glad to have you aboard. Big City Bettas mixing it up in the chat. Thank you so much for doing that, Amber. Welcome. FNS Fish Room, what's going on? We're talking about 22, 23 somethings. I have no idea. Maybe the number of aquariums. KG Tropical is here. I just got one more like from KG Tropical. YouTube powerhouse. John and Lisa at KG Tropical have been holding the fort down for 9 years or something like that. It's crazy. Doing quality content, helping others to do quality content, blessing the River Life tank, the River Life channel, and the community tank. Thank you guys so much for all you do over there. We're going to go on to my number 2 fish, the guppy. I've done 2 videos in 2 weeks on the guppy. Check it out. I've been to a local fish store in Florida and captured some knock your eyeballs out guppy footage. Check those videos out. And I'm working with some other YouTube channels now. We're going to be collabing on guppies like crazy. We're going to be probably doing some fry swaps, some stock collabs, some fish tub stuff together with the guppies, because we believe that we can have an impact on our hobby with the guppy. It was my gateway fish. Okay, so that's my life experience. I can't speak from yours, but in my life, the guppy brought me to the hobby. I think it can do the same for others. They're just so dang cute. And they're an excellent way to, because they're a prolific live bear, they're an excellent way to start learning some husbandry and propagation techniques. So I am a guppy fan. I'm pro guppy. I'm a guppy promoter. All right. So guppies, number 2. And let's see. I'm looking for a fish species. I'm glancing at the chat, looking for fish species. We got Zen Ginger posting the KG Tropicals link. Please go check out KG Tropicals. Check out the information over there. I would call that edutainment. It's educational. It's entertainment. The production value is there. Good, high quality video, audio. It's just you can just turn on a KG Tropical video, relax, know that you're going to learn something in an entertaining way, reinforce something you already know, get tips on things. Like I have this much experience with a subject. KG Tropicals might do a video that adds 4 things this way and 6 things that way. And before you know it, I've got a far more complete catalog of information on some fish keeping subject than I had prior to the video. That's my experience with KG Tropicals. I don't know why you wouldn't have a similar experience. So do check that out. Jeffrey Watts is in the house with Corey's. He's skipping down my list a couple of notches, but definitely Corey's are on there. Science Gal Aquatics confirms love guppies. At River Life, let me know if you need any extra guppy things. Oh, Carrie, thank you so much, and I will. The Science Gal guppies, noted. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got things going on with the guppies. It's summer tubbing season. I've got 2 tanks full of guppies in the fish studio. We are rocking some guppies. So, number 1, Cardinal Tetra. Number 2, guppy. And Famous J says, yep. Neon Tetra, number 3. Number 3, Neon Tetra, looks so much like the Cardinal Tetra. Why would I list that, especially in the top 3? One answer. There's one answer. I did some basic research. That's what I call it, when I spend all day on the internet research. So I came across this, I believe, factual point. The number 1 selling fish in the aquarium hobby is the Neon Tetra. And it's like not close. Like nothing is close. I think that's a big box beginner influence. Well, I got me an aquarium. What am I going to put in it? Oh, man, look how pretty these are. And they buy up a bunch of Cardinal Tetras. They're affordable. They're striking. I think and they're fairly easy to keep. Good community fish. I've never known them to be aggressive, especially in schools. They just kind of hang out and make your aquarium look awesome. So number 3 is the Neon Tetra. Fish Room Fever active in the chat again. Thanks so much for being here, James. I think we're doing okay here, Fish Room Fever. If there's something you notice about the technology that needs to be adjusted, feel free to jump in there and let me know. Tampa Tom Fishing is here saying heart guppies. I know, right? How can you not heart guppies? Famous J says I have 10 in a 15-gallon now. Now, I don't know. Once you've had guppies, I mean, they're really easy to get again. It's I think you ask yourself the question, why don't I have any guppies? And then you ask yourself the question, why don't I have any more guppies? All right, so number 1, Cardinal Tetra. Number 2, guppy. Number 3, Neon Tetra. We're cooking with gas now, climbing down the list of the top 10. And I probably should have done this in reverse, but that goldfish needs its own space. All right, it's 12:03. When we get to the goldfish, we gotta talk about some things. I gotta cover myself here. It's 12:03. We got 41 people watching. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in here. Fish Room Fever says you got it spot on. Thank you, sir. A hat tip to Fish Room Fever. Technical guru helping the River Life channel out here with the new technology. Redfish Bluefish gives the cool smiley face with the Wayfarer sunglasses that I love and have sent already to several people today, as I do most days. I've fallen for the Dumbo guppies. Lisa and Jay, you're not alone. We're in this together. The Dumbo guppies, oh man, they took over your heart. You love guppies? You're going to really love me. That Big City Betta's bingo, says Redfish Bluefish. Black neons are great for aquascapes. Aren't they, though? Such a cool fish. Really good in the community tank. All right, number 4, we're going to go ahead and check it off the list. The bristlenose pleco. All right, you gotta get the pleco in there, and that we now know the common pleco is not the way to go unless you've got an enormous tank. Because they just get too big. It's not cool, man, to put a fish in a tank that it's going to grow longer than. So it has to live curved. That's not cool. But the bristlenose pleco does the plecostomus job. All right, it's like a sucker fish scraping film off of logs and glass, especially algae, which we love. for fish to eat our algae. So we're going to go with the bristlenose. Easy to get. You can get them at the big box store. Kind of cool to look at. A weird little fish, little alien fish. And does a good job. Very practical. Of course, it's docile. Maybe, see, it's one of those goldfish caveats. Maybe don't put that in a goldfish tank, because there have been reports of the bristlenose pleco, or plecos in general, perhaps, sucking the lime coat off of the goldfish. So, yeah, maybe don't put that in a goldfish tank. You could, if everything was kosher and you're keeping an eye on things, maybe you could get by with it. But in this live stream, I'm not recommending, even though it's on the top 10 list, that you put it in with a goldfish. Okay? And everybody's able to defend me now. Well, now, wait a minute. He said not for a goldfish. Okay. All right. Fish Room Fever says the bristlenose pleco was such a great addition to the hobby. Super easy to breed also, says Fish Room Fever. There you go. Moving on to number 5, one of my favorite fish, Julii corridoras. I love me some Julii corridoras. Small, maybe approaching medium if you have a standard 10, 20, 30 gallon community tank. Those guys are going to get maybe, I guess, 2 inches would be an extremely large Julii corry in my experience. Mostly they hang out around 1.5 inches. Little white fish with black spots, black stripe across the eye, large black spot on the tip of the dorsal fin. Just beautiful. Similar in appearance to so many other. I just gravitate toward the Julii. And they work well together in a little school. Get you about 6 of those guys. It'll be awesome. And you could substitute other corries that are similar, of course. That Julii is just the one that I go for. I think the sturbii is probably outpacing it in popularity these days. So that gets us down halfway down the list. Just looking up, noticing, let me close something here. We got 12:07. We got a few minutes left. We're going to go to 12:30. Then we're going to switch over after I take a 5-minute break to the River Life Art Facebook page. We're going to do an art chat. If an auction breaks out, so be it. I've got some new little abstract art pieces to share with you guys over there. This one's called Pipeline. 2-inch by 3-inch acrylic. This is different than the tropical fish art that's irreducibly complex. You can see we've introduced in these some complexity. And that happens, artist's secret here, with the curve. If the line's not straight, you get more complexity. The brain does things with the curve. It starts to calculate the diameter of the circle. It finishes the circle. Where the brush stopped, the brain continues. Unlike the right angle, where there's a corner and the brain says, oh, there's the end. There, it's finished. Great. And then it's a straight line, which is infinity. So the brain doesn't involuntarily try to complete that line. Okay, so we're not going to get too heady. That's about as deep as it's going to get over there. And that's coming up in about 27 minutes. I'm going to end up here at 12:30, take a 5-minute break, and I'll see you guys over there. We got a few art collectors in the chat over there. River Life Art has gained a lot of support from you guys, and I appreciate it very much. If you'd like to hang out in the art chat, you're welcome. You're not obligated to do anything but watch, listen. If we do start an auction, I'll give the very simple rules, and we start at very low bids. No one goes broke. No one gets hurt. No one gets rich. We just have a good community time. We learn some things about art, and I get to share my art with you guys. So thank you so much for considering joining us over there in about 27 minutes. And we're halfway down the list now, and we're going back to number 6 on my list, and I haven't seen anyone. Thank you very much, Gina French. She says, nice, Rack. I appreciate that. Thank you. So I haven't seen anyone say this in chat as I've been JH Aquatic says deep. Yeah, man. Hey, Joseph, how's it going? Good to see you. Have you gotten rid of your fish yet? You've rehomed them. I saw your video. Elliot, the eel, got a new home. You guys Got to check out JH Aquatics video. I mean, he's packing it up. He's headed out of the Virgin Islands. He's closing down a fish room in the Virgin Islands, headed up to New England, Vermont, and he's going to have a new fish room when he gets up there. So it's an interesting time to start following JH Aquatics. You'll find a lot in common in the JH Aquatics YouTube channel with Big City Betta's YouTube channel. So I recommend you watch those channels together. And the Big City Betta's is like, man, you want to know something about bettas, just go over there and start clicking some clicks. Just start watching some videos. Look at some of those amazing wild bettas. Crazy. Anywho, yeah, I know you too, Joseph. Lefty says his art, it's his art Facebook page. Yeah, I'm sorry if that wasn't clear. It is the River Life YouTube channel art page. So we have a Facebook page dedicated to the art. Number 6, again, I haven't seen this in chat, is a neon swordtail. Substitute any of the domestic swordtails. I wouldn't include a wild caught swordtail. I mean, if it's been bred several generations in captivity and it's small enough to not overcrowd your tank, it might be okay in a community tank if it's a wild variant, but definitely the domestic swordtails. I've had them in nearly every community tank that I've ever had. Love them, bred them in an outdoor tub. And I think they're kind of cool. The male's got that long sword on his tail. I don't know. It's captivating. Ooh, what's that one? Look at that. Wow. So there you go. Got a number 6 on the top 10 community tank fish list is the green swordtail. And I'm not, you guys, I mean, I didn't expect any abrasive feedback, but you guys are going right along with this. And the options that you're giving are excellent too. They're either on my list or they definitely would fit on one of those specialty lists that the Zen Ginger mentioned. The calico bushy nose plecos. Tampa Tom Fishing likes that. That sounds very interesting. I would like to see that. Famous Jay says he has 10 green cories and a 55. Those green cories are pretty cool. I think they get a little larger also, don't they? 3 inches or so. Good size cory. And Gina French says, I love all cories, but I have to say my favorite is the pygmy cory. Yeah, I would say my second favorite is the pygmy cory. That's what I would say. JH Aquatics says Amber is a rock star. No one's going to argue that point, Joseph. Thank you for sharing. Science Gal Aquatic says that she has a calico koi swordtail in a video this week just because of me. Just because of you, Rack. Well, I am an influencer. And I can't wait to see your video, the Science Gal. I'm looking forward to seeing a calico koi swordtail. And what an outstanding addition. It sounds very colorful, very striking. That would be a great addition to a community tank. Very nice. Lefty 3213A says, oh, the bamboo shrimp. Love those in the community tank at River Life. And that's an oddball. Yeah. And I didn't even think to put a bamboo shrimp on the list because they're not that common in my area. I can only remember a few times having seen them in person. Lots of info on the internet. I think if you wanted one, you could track one down, but just running across them, I haven't seen that many, but it's a really, really cool oddball addition to a tank for sure. Filter feeders, I think. Yeah, I think they're filter feeders. All right, and we're going to go down the list one more time here to see are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Fish number 7 is the Mickey Mouse platy. Perhaps platy. You decide. I don't care how you pronounce platy. Kaler Aquatics in the house. Good to see you. And look at that. He's got the membership icon. That's nice, Kaler's Aquatics. Looks good. Thank you so much for your support. He says, I have a serious cory addiction. Yeah, that can happen because they're beautiful, they're endearing, and there are so many available variants in the hobby. Why would you not have a Cory addiction? I mean, if you got space, that's one of those things you just don't have to do without in your life, right? It's 12:15. We've got 15 minutes to go. We're on number 7 of Community Tank Fish Top 10 Countdown, and we are talking about the Mickey Mouse Platy. Now, this fish, I think, I'm going to give it an easy to care for stamp of approval. Get your water parameters stabilized, put them in there, feed them on the reg, do some water changes and filter maintenance. I think you're going to have a great time with these fish. They'll do okay with some plants. Sure they will. No plants, hardscape, easy to care for. And man, oh man, I like the Mickey Mouse. I included the Mickey Mouse because I think that has an extra draw for people getting into the hobby. I think if they get into the hobby with a Mickey Mouse fish, maybe that's what mom and dad want to get for their kid. That one is pretty strong. I don't consider that a delicate fish. So you get some wiggle room while you're learning the basics. We got a super sticker coming in from Bob Kaler, $4.99. Thank you, sir, very much. Always appreciate that support, Bob. Thanks for the $4.99. So yeah, Mickey Mouse has a little extra attraction, perhaps to the younger people. Might convince someone, might just be that final push they need. Oh, I can have a Mickey Mouse fish. All right. Let's work with it. Mickey Mouse Platy. It's a live bear. You can learn some propagation techniques. It's a hardy fish. You can get your aquarium going, learning on these guys. So, yep, it made my top 10 list. The Mickey Mouse Platy. Cooley Kev says, Cooley Loach on this list? Let me take a look. No, it's not. It is not. And I'll tell you, it's not because it's not one of my favorite community fish, but it's because they hide so much. They hide so much. And on this list, okay, got a message. This is hot off the press from KG Tropicals. He says, lose the branding. Well, I can't customize. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, John, for sending that in. He said it was overwhelming. Okay. Nice. Very good. Done. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that feedback. That's how we look out for each other. KG Tropical said that was supposed to be private. Come on, man. I know, John. You meant for that to be private. But whenever my phone dings and it says KG Tropicals, a bat signal also goes off in my house. And so I jump into alarm mode and need to respond right away. The Zen Ginger says, nope. If it had been more sensitive, I would have kept it private, of course. Okay, so we're down to the Mickey Mouse Platies because it might work to help encourage people to get into the hobby. And if it does, pretty stable fish to do that with. So we can move on to number 8. Somebody already alluded to this in the chat. The Zebra Danio. The Zebra Danio was one of the inhabitants of my first community tank, 10-gallon aquarium. I've loved it ever since. It adds a different pace to the tank, a different look. It's got racing stripes. It races around the tank, feeds at all levels. Very hardy, very healthy, very happy fish. Doesn't seem to bother any of the other fish. I've never noticed an aggression problem with the Zebra Danios. They'll eat about anything. I've never introduced the food to a tank that the Zebra Danio didn't eat. So it's so easy to care for, so stable. It's definitely a looker. It's on the list. It's an easy on the list. Number 8 doesn't do it justice, but like we've talked about, we're taking a list of over hundreds of fish and whittling it down to 10. It's the Zebra Danio at number 8. Sean's back. Thank you so much, Sean OOTD, for hanging in there with us. And we got Chad Crotts dropping in. Good to see you, sir. Let me see here. Number 9, we got 2 left, and we know the goldfish is one. We're going to talk about the goldfish for a couple of minutes, but 1 fish left. I'm going to run the list for you guys. Guess what's the last fish on my list? We got the cardinal tetra, the guppy, the neon tetra, the bristlenose pleco, the Julii corridors, neon swordtails, Mickey Mouse platy, zebra danio, and we're going to talk about the goldfish, but there's one missing. What could it be? You guys have any idea? My hair is out of control. Let's look at myself. This is nuts. This is a quarantine mess. That's what that is. And I'd rather have it than try to fix it myself. But man, come on. Come on, man. I can't. Maybe I could wear 2 pair of glasses. Use one as a beret and one to read with. Gosh, I never thought I would say that, especially out loud. Sorry you guys had to hear that. Lefty says Endlers. Nope, it's not the Endlers. Been guessed before. Rosie Barbs. KG Tropical says Rosie Barbs. Nope. Close, maybe. Hey, HC Aqua, what's going on? Punchy Pants have been lurking, injecting coffee. I hope you're having a nice day, Pam. Bob, you feel free to message me about my hair. That's just fine. Tiger Barbs. Oh, Cherry Barb. Yeah. Oh, Yo-Yo Loach. You guys are rocking the house with some excellent guesses. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you, Odos. That should have been on the list. Carolyn Sturge, welcome aboard. I don't know if I've seen you here before, but I'm glad you're hanging with us. Thanks for contributing to Odos. Love it. Got it in most of my tanks. Maybe. Probably a good thing it didn't cross my mind when I was making this list. Rasboras. Think. Okay, this is going to give it away, maybe. Think more common than the guesses that I've mentioned here. Least killifish. Chevy fish. Yeah, I got you. Least killifish. No, but that's a good one. And that is an excellent species for a bucket breeding project. I've done that before. It's pretty awesome. Famous Jay says shrimp, HC Aqua, guppies. Guppies is always the answer, Jesse. Let me just throw that out there. Guppy is always the answer. But to continue the conversation, mollies. See, I hadn't said mollies yet. That is an excellent guess. And I thought about mollies. The reason they didn't make my list is because they do tend to get a little bigger, a little heavier bodied, and they can be a little more aggressive. So guppy, the mollies are great in a community tank if you keep an eye on them. Didn't make my top 10 list. Ember Tetra, that's a good one. Danio, we got the zebra Danio in at number 8. Angelfish, I've kept them in a community tank, no problem. Love them. They're spectacular. They're the centerpiece of a community tank. Not on a top 10 list. And Cooley Kev comes in with the winner. He got it right. The white cloud minnow. The white cloud minnow is number 9. I think it is the most underrated fish in the hobby. I love that fish. I have no idea why it's so cheap. I would definitely pay more for a white cloud minnow. They are strong. They're prolific. You can get some egg laying, propagation experience with the white cloud minnow. They're very cold hardy. You can keep them out in a summer tub around here for an extended season. Holy cow, I love this fish. And it is stunning. You go by a school of white cloud minnows, you think, oh, what's that? So the white cloud minnow gets the number 9 spot, and it's just so fitting for it to be number 9. Not first, not last, somewhere down the list. It's a white cloud minnow. $2 or $3, sometimes less than that. You get the young ones for $1.99, the little babies. It's like it doesn't get any respect, but it does so much. It's that solid background fish that really anchors a community tank. I love the white cloud minnow. I'm looking forward to getting some more in one of these summer tubs that I set out. Okay, so it's 12:24. We got about 5 good minutes left before we get into wrapping it up and closing it down. 45 of you watching. Thanks, guys, so much for hanging out. We got to talk about the goldfish. The goldfish, right? In the community tank, I would say it's been misused very popularly. The goldfish need to be identified as a fish that do not like very warm water, okay? They don't like warm water. So let's identify the goldfish as a cooler water fish. Now, cooler water, if you're going to keep it in your house, that means, like by default, no heater. If the house is climatized for humans, don't put a heater in it. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, family members had goldfish ponds, and the goldfish overwintered outside in the pond. So they're definitely cold tolerant, but they're not heat tolerant. Okay. So when you mix the goldfish in with some other fish so you can have a pretty cool community tank, it's got to be cold water. And then if you ask 10 experienced fish keepers what are good tank mates for goldfish, most of them are going to say other goldfish. So unless you're talking about different types of goldfish becoming the community, maybe it ought to be a species tank just full of goldfish. But there are some other cold tolerant fish that go well, and this is going to be an upcoming video. Top 10 goldfish community tank fish. Okay, then what would those be? Okay, I'm only saying I put a goldfish in the thumbnail, and people who want to just say, oh, that's not a good community fish, you got it wrong, oh my gosh, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, so I'm laying down the long caveat. 3 minutes to go here. We're talking about the goldfish being cold water, cool water fish. If you like goldfish in the community tank, make sure you pick fish that also will enjoy cooler water temperatures. Now, goldfish are also the most curious fish I've ever owned. They're courageous and they're gregarious, they're friendly, and they explore everything with their mouth. If it's in the aquarium, it's going to go in their mouth. And that's just the way they are. They are just out there living life in the aquarium all day long. So if you've got a fish that's too small, they're not predatory. The goldfish aren't intentionally predatory, but if it will fit in their mouth, it's going in their mouth. So you put a little fish in there, you're going to get in the goldfish mouth. Not cool for the little fish. So that being said, if you've got one of the catfish types with the spines, that could hurt the goldfish. It could also jam in the goldfish throat or gill plate if it tried to swallow the fish. So don't put the like corridors, autocinkless, not cool in a goldfish community tank. Whereas, as mentioned before, the cool water loving hillstream loach might be great. Weather loach, things that can compete for food, things that won't end up inside the mouth of a goldfish, things that won't hurt the goldfish. So with all of those caveats, yes, goldfish is number 10 on the top 10 community tank fish list. And notice that bites everything, says Famous J. Sure, I put a moss ball in my goldfish tank, not to add aesthetic, although it turned out to look pretty cool, but I didn't do it for an addition to the aesthetic value. I put a moss ball in the goldfish 75 gallon because it's like a soccer ball. It's a recreational toy for those guys, an enrichment. And they can't get it in their mouth, but when they chew on it, it rolls, like a space ball with reduced gravity. It just kind of rolls across the floor of the tank, and they'll chase it around, kick it around. So that was pretty cool for the goldfish to have in there to play with. And with that said, we covered everything that I needed to on my top 10 list. Thank you for including yours. We got more top 10 lists involving the community tank because, after all, we are the River Life Community Tank live stream. And we're winding this stream down. We're all going to head on over to Facebook, the River Life Art Facebook page. We're going to do a live auction over there. Actually, we're going to call it an art chat. If an auction breaks out, fine. If no one feels like bidding on any art, acquiring any art, which I think, based on your comments, a couple of you are ramped up to bid on a few items. You might not even care what the items are. You just want to let the other guy know I'm the better bidder. So I hope to see you over there. The Zen Ginger's got the link posted. It'd be wonderful to see you all. Everyone's welcome. You know, don't feel obligated to join the auction if that happens. Just kick back, listen to what's happening. We have some fun with the chat over there. And also you get to see some art that I've been busy on all week. So I'll be happy to show you that. I'm going to shut this one down from now until the next one. I look forward to seeing you then. Why don't you get out there and see it, love it, and live it?